Welcome in everybody. I hope you've had a good week since I've seen you last and you're ready to do this mindful movement session today. Just a reminder, as always with this session and any session that you do with me, do the best that you can through these sessions. If that means you need to take any breaks or rest or hydration breaks or any extra things, that's absolutely fine. And if you need to take any extra modifications or change it in a way that works for you, feel free to do so. I'm going to do my best as always to show you some of those adaptations as we go through to help you, but if there's any extras that you need to do, that is absolutely fine. As always, we're going to start with just bringing ourselves down with our nervous system and bringing that focus in by doing some nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And sometime over the next couple of breaths, let's close down those eyes, bring that focus inwards, and just start to sort of almost shut out everything around us by just focusing on that in breath and that out breath, relaxing everything down. Nice, slow, deep breathing here. Notice how when you breathe in, how it impacts your body, how your lungs fill up, how you almost sit up a bit straight as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, notice how the shoulders relax down and you feel the sort of a little bit of calm wash over. And just notice the difference between breathing in, breathing out, in that position you're in. Now we're in a much more relaxed position. Let's start as we always do by thanking ourselves for being here today. As we often say, sometimes the hardest bit of the session is just coming to the computer, logging on, or your phone and starting. So the fact you're here is a huge first step, but it is just the first step. So we've got to remind ourselves as well that we want to stay focused and make the most out of this hour together that we have. So we stay focused on the session, whether it's the breathing we do, whether it's the movements we do, whatever it is, we try and stay focused on those, but also at the same time understanding that it is perfectly normal for our mind to wander and think about other things, maybe that have happened before or after the session, or whatever it may be. But if we find ourselves thinking about those things, we just catch ourselves and bring the focus back. All those things will be waiting for us afterwards, so we just stay here in this hour, focused on what we are doing, giving us that time for our mindful movement. Keep the breathing going as you're doing that. Sitting up nice and tall. Keep the eyes closed though. We're going to start today with a little bit of box breathing. I'll give you a reminder, that's where you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds and hold it out for 4 seconds. And we just repeat through that cycle all together. And I'll be guiding you, counting every step of the way here. So it's first of all, let's just breathe out normally. And then we start to breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in again. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. And return your breathing to normal. Keeping yourself nice and upright. Let's start to open up those eyes as we breathe in. Now we're going to shrug up. And as we breathe out, we're just going to relax down. Just go between breathing in, shrugging up. Breathing out, relaxing it down. Squeeze those shoulders as you come up. Relax them off as you bring them down. And keep repeating through that. Good work. Just nice big shrug up, squeezing those shoulder blades or shoulders up at the top, relaxing it back down. Good work. Let's move on to the next one here. So instead of going up and down, we're going to go forwards and back. So squeeze those shoulder blades together now as you come back, and then push the shoulders forwards. I will turn to the side as well so you can see it from there. So when I'm breathing in, squeezing those shoulder blades together. As I'm breathing out, pushing them forwards. And then just repeating through that. So bring it back, squeeze together. Breathe out, push forwards. Good, let's just bring it into some shoulder rotations now. So just circling them round, nice gentle rotations. Nice. Well, let's change direction, go the opposite way. So my shoulder's feeling a little bit extra clunky, a little bit, maybe a little bit sensitive. So I'm just reducing those circles a little bit today for myself. So Just making small adjustments sometimes to fit how we're feeling that day, or how, you know, our ability level or whatever it may be. That is absolutely fine to do. Make any adjustments as necessary. Good. Let's continue to rotate those shoulders, but now we're going to place our hands upon roughly in the shoulder area, and we're going to bring those elbows round as well. Don't worry about which direction you're taking them, because we will swap soon enough. Just get them going round, either double arm like so, or we can do single arm, or you can do alternating arms, whichever you need to, or you can swap up between, change it how you feels right, as long as we're getting those elbows going round to the best of our ability in a nice comfortable way. Good work, everybody. Let's change direction and go the opposite way now. And again, we can do this double arm, single arm, alternating arms, however you need to do it, or even however you like to do it. Good. Let's start to open that shoulder up a little bit more by taking one arm, just go round in a circle as big as you can now. With this, when I say as big as you can, that may be with a straight arm, bringing it right the way round, but for some of you that may be a smaller circle, or with the bent arm. So even if it's just a small rotation round, that's fine. We're getting a bit of a stretch in as we do this, in the chest as we come round at the back, maybe a little bit in the back as we bring it forwards, but we're just bringing it round to the best of our ability. Let's change direction with that arm. Work. And let's change over to the other side and get that one moving as well. Just nice big circles. It might be that one arm you can get bigger circles than the other, that's fine. Just doing what you can here to get it rotated round. Even if it's just small, like circles, like down, like so, you're still rotating it around, you're still getting it moving, you're still mobilizing. If that's the best of your ability, then that is the best of your ability. Good. Let's change direction with that arm. Let's go back into some shoulder rotations. Change direction. Yeah, let's move into doing some stretches through this area now. So our shoulders are nice and warmed up, and the muscles that are attached to them as well should be a little bit more warmed up now. So we're going to do some stretches. We're going to start off with doing our stretching our lats, which is bringing one arm over to one side, holding it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then coming down and then over to the other side. And as always with this, if you feel like you need to hold it longer or not so long, feel free to make that decision for yourself. But somewhere between 3 to 5 seconds is usually what we try and aim for here. But do it in your own time, in your own pace. Don't feel like you need to follow what I'm doing if you feel like you want to just hold it longer. Good work, just nice stretch one side then the other. Oh, and as always with this, if you can't bring the arm all the way up over the top, we can bring it across the front of our face or even lower. It does slightly change where we are stretching. It's sort of kind of the lower our arm, sort of the higher it comes on our back, just because it's just the sort of, it's like the opposite of where you're going. But if you can't bring your arm up and over, I'd rather you get a stretch in your back by bringing it up as high as you can. However that looks for you. But I know for most of you, you get pretty good range of motion on this one, so that's good to see. Excellent work. Let's move into our next one now. So we're going to open up the chest and then bring one hand forwards, bringing it back, open the chest again, and then bring the other arm forwards. Good. I'm going to turn to the side. If you feel like you've got that already, that's great. But as you bring those arms back, really try and open up that chest by bringing those elbows back behind us. And then as you reach forwards, try and think about pushing the shoulder forwards in the joint. That's going to help stretch sort of the rear of our shoulders, the upper back. And if you want to take it a little bit further with the reaching forwards, you reach forwards and across the body, and you'll get even more of a stretch there as well. Let's go into our next stretch now. For this one, what we're going to do, we haven't done this one for a little while. If you need to stop at any point in this one because we are having our arms out. Feel free just to stop and come back in just to rest those arms. But essentially bring the hands out to the side. We have one palm facing up, one palm facing down, and you simply rotate between facing up and facing down with those. And as you do this, try and rotate it around the best you can. You'll probably feel a stretch that almost starts from your wrist and goes all the way up your forearm into the shoulder. So just going back and forth between the two. And if you need to like rest your arms and then bring them back up, that's fine as well. Sometimes it's a little bit hard on the shoulders sometimes just to hold them out for an extended period of time. And just considering we're doing stretching here rather than any sort of strength or muscular endurance work, you can rest them down and just bring them up just to rest them in between. Good work. Let's ease out of that one and we go into our rotator cuff one now. So either have the elbows tucked in and rotate out to the side and back in. So that's option one, or option two, if you're able to do this one, which is elbows up, then come down and up each time. And as you come up, almost imagine that you're doing a thumbs up, and it comes up, and you're pointing back behind you. And then you're pointing forwards with your thumbs here. And with this, you can do one arm at a time, swapping over if you need to. Or if you need to do it the lower version as well, you can just bring it in and go out to the side instead. It still does the same, essentially. This one you can get just a little bit more range of motion, especially in the internal rotation part of this. Good, let's go back into some shoulder rotations, just getting them going around. Change direction. Good. We are gonna go have a hydration break now, so grab yourself a drink. We are not moving into the neck mobility yet. We've got some more to do here before we move into that. One very good thing about being here is I got an extra hour of sleep because it's an hour forward, so I'm feeling a lot more refreshed today, which is good. It makes a huge difference, that one extra hour. Who knew? Good. Alrighty, let's move into this next bit here. We're going to just do some breathing and mobilizing with our arms here. So we're just going to start nice and simple. We're just going to breathe in, bring the hands up. Breathe out, push it down. So breathe in through the nose, raise those hands up, rotate them at the top, breathe out through your mouth as you lower. And as you're doing this, as you're bringing those hands up and push them down, I want you to almost visualize what your lungs are doing within your chest at the same time. So just imagine them inflating. And then as you're breathing out, just imagine them coming back down again and just picturing that within your mind's eye. Good. We're going to continue this now, but instead of coming up and down, we're going to come up, forwards, and down. Bring it up, breathing in, and then push out, breathe out, and down. If you need to do this single arm, I'd recommend, because I think most of you probably be able to do the first bit with double arm, and then you could just push one forwards and then down if you need to do it with just the single arm. I know for myself, I'm probably on the limits of my balance doing this, pushing forwards and breathing out at the same time, because my body wants to fall forwards. So if you are beyond the limit of your ability in your core there, I would say do one arm and then do the other arm. Good. Now what we're going to do is bring the hands up. Instead of going forward, we're going to go to the side and down. Maybe a little bit easier on the balance front here. Bring it up, out to the side and down. But if you need to do this single arm, feel free to do that as well. But breathe in as you bring it up, and then breathe out as you push out and down. Good work. Let's go into our next one now. So this time we're going to breathe in, and then the best we can, we're going to push the hands up and over and then round. So bring it down, breathe in, breathe out. With this as well, you don't necessarily have to do a big full range of motion with this. Just do it with your breath, what feels natural, even if it's just a small range of motion, bringing it out to the side, that's absolutely fine. We're focusing more on the breathing and the linking of the movement than we are necessarily the stretching part. We've already kind of done the stretching there within the shoulders, so this is more about just breathe and move together. Good work. Let's ease it there. Let's just do some shoulder rotations. Good work. If you need to do some extra wiggles or whatever during that, that's absolutely fine. But let's, I'm going to grab another drink because I need it, so feel free to do the same. But we are going to go into our spinal mobility next, starting with our neck. So we'll start with some flexion and extension, looking up, looking down, going back and forth between the two. Just nice, gentle gliding between the two movements. Nothing too crazy with the movements, just nice, gentle. And with these movements and any movements within, or any movements we do really, just doing the movement is like 80-90% of the way there in terms of getting the most out of this exercise. That range of motion is only just a little bit of extra add-on. So it's best that we just stay within a range of motion that's comfortable and doesn't cause us any pain, because we get more out of it because we can do it more frequently without causing ourselves any pain or any injuries or that. So just stay within a safe range of motion. You're going to get most of the benefits from this just by mobilizing. Because it's more than what we do throughout the day. Good work, just nice, gentle movements, looking up, looking down. And the next time you find yourself looking down, let's just hold that position there. Let gravity take over a little bit and just relax into it. So if you want to take this a little bit further, we can add in just a little bit extra. So once your chin's tucked down, this might be enough of a position. But you can also keep the chin tucked in and just sort of rock the head side to side. And you might feel just a little bit of extra stretch in some parts of the back of the neck or even the side. If you feel like there's a good stretch in there, you can always hold that for a little bit as well. Let's ease out of that, doing a couple of looking up and downs. And the next time you find yourself looking up, let's hold that position. And we changed it up a little bit last time, so I'll go through that again. So if you want to make this more intense of a stretch, what we used to do is just look up and then we used to just sort of pull down the sternum. To make it even more of a stretch, we start by looking forwards, put the hand just on the sternum, keep the mouth closed, and then look up from there. You'll feel even more of a deep stretch in that position. So to say that again, we start by looking forwards, place the hand sort of on top of the sternum, keep the mouth closed, and look up. And you'll feel that stretch right the way through the front of the neck. And again, once you're in this extended position, you can Rock side to side slightly. Feel some more of a stretch in some slightly different positions. And then ease out of it, doing some looking up and downs. Good work. Let's go into some rotations, looking side to side. It's nice and gentle, back and forth between the two. Good work. Next time you find yourself looking to the left, we can hold that position. That might be enough for some of you, just to hold it to the left. If you want to take it further though, we'll do the same as what we did with the looking up. We can start by looking forwards. We can place the hand sort of on the collarbone this time, and then rotate round to the left. So I'll repeat that again. So we'll start looking forwards, left hand on the right collarbone, and rotate round to the left. There's a message just come up. I'll just make sure to read that. Okay. Just reading a comment, that's all. There we go. And we're holding that position, feeling that stretch almost to the side of the neck. It kind of goes from the collarbone to around about the jaw. Just holding that there, feeling the stretch. And let's ease out a bit, going a couple of lefts and rights. And let's repeat on the other side. So again, just turning to the side might be enough for you for a stretch. That's absolutely fine. If you want to take it further, we take our right hand onto our left collarbone. Start by looking forwards and then rotate into it to the right. And you'll feel that stretch just a little bit more. Let's ease out of it, doing some lefts and rights. And let's go into our lateral flexion, bringing one ear to one shoulder, one ear to the other, back and forth between the two. Just mobilizing to begin with, warming up these muscles that are going to be stretched, taking it through the range of motion it's designed to. let's take this into our stretch now. So bring the left ear towards the left shoulder, and then you've got three options. You can have your hand on the lap, you can have it down to your side, or you can have it behind you. Just do whichever one feels right for yourself. As long as you get a stretch between that right ear and the right shoulder. The left ear is coming down towards the left shoulder. I'm just feeling that stretch out there. With this as well, I'm trying not to lean forwards into it, just stay sort of almost upright as you bend over to the side rather than bending forwards or backwards. And let's ease out of it. Do a couple of lefts and rights. Just be careful on this one because it can be a little bit tender after a big stretch on that one. And let's go over to bring the right ear to the right shoulder, and then you have three options: either hand on the lap, down by your side, or behind you. Feeling a bit more of a stretch on that left side there. Good. Let's ease out of it. Couple of lefts and rights. And then we'll go into the rest of our spine here. So going some extension and some flexion. Go back and forth between the two. Gliding between the two movements, curling like a prawn, arching back like a high jumper. Let's go into some rotation. And I do encourage you with these movements, just try and sprinkle them throughout your day as well, if you can. Sometimes I've just, sat there and it's just like, oh, I've been sat in one position for too long, which is for us very common because we're sat down more than most. So just taking yourself through some of these ranges of motion, even if it's just, you go one side and the other and it's just one, even that, just mobilizing the spine. There's something about posture which is a good thing to think about, which is your best posture is your next posture. There's not necessarily one superior posture for us. The best thing we can do is to keep moving, really. Our body is designed to move. So just keep it mobilized, keep it moving to the best of our ability. And sometimes that's just simple movements, just breaking up, just being sat in position for a long time. And it's really great that we get to spend this hour together doing this. And it really does help to mobilize us. But this is only 1 hour out of the week. And I'm sure somebody knows how many hours there are in a week, but I don't know off the top of my head, nor is my maths good enough to figure it out. But there's a lot more than one. So try and mobilize throughout other parts of the day. Obviously, it's difficult to do it when we're sleeping, unless you're a restless sleeper. But try and move as much as you can. Let's go into our lateral flexion now. So bending down to one side and the other. But just putting in the movements, mobilizing ourselves. This is a great opportunity to go through like the full range of motion, but you don't have to always go through the full range of motion. You don't have to go through every single exercise. Just adding little bits and pieces in here and there just keeps our body moving, keeps it flowing, and really helps us just to keep healthy within our joints, our ligaments, our tendons, our muscles, and everything there that helps us to keep mobilized for as long as we can. Yeah, let's go into our whirlpool now. It's going round in a circle one direction. Let's change direction now. Good work. Okay, we've got a little bit of time here to do some of our yoga-like movements today, so let's go into that now. We're going to start with bending all the way down, reaching to the floor, and then we're going to come up with that flat back to about 45 degrees, come back down again, and then the second time you come up, you're going to curl up, sitting up nice and tall. Back to the starting position, all the way down. And coming up with a flat back down, curling up, sitting up nice and tall, and just go back and forth between, going all the way down, up with a flat back down, curling up, and repeating through. For the curl up, carry on if you feel like you've got this already, but on the curl up bit, almost imagine that you got, the vertebrae in your spine, those individual bones, are almost stacking each other on top. So notice how the neck's still down, the chin's still down here. That finishes off the last of that movement, because that is the last of those vertebrae. So really try and curl it up each time. Good work. Let's add in a little bit extra now. So as you come up, we're going to bring the hands together, reaching up, out, and around. So just adding that into the end of there. So coming down, up with the flat back down, curling up, palms together, reaching up, out, around. Good work. Keep that going there. Up with the flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, around. Good work. Keep it moving. Nice and flowing movements. Good. Let's add on another little extra bit here. So as you come up to that last bit, bring it up, out to parallel, rotate to the left, rotate to the right, bring it back to the middle and down to the starting position. Then again, up with the flat back down, curling up, palms together, reaching up, out and around to parallel, rotate to the left, rotate to the right, back to the middle, and continue on. And talking about moving as much and as frequently as you can, it's something that I've noticed definitely in my travels in Asia, is that a lot of people just do this. There's a lot of walking over here. They're doing it at the traffic lights, waiting for the lights to change. They're in the park doing it, even just like holding onto railings and just moving their arms, and it just helps to keep things going. That's why these countries tend to have people that are 120 and they're still walking around, and that's it really does help to keep things moving and flowing. Good. Let's ease out of that there. We'll just use some nice deep breathing going in through the nose, out through the mouth. And let's close down our eyes. We're going to finish as we started, the other way around, with some of our box breathing here today. So we'll just do some breathing to begin with, and then I will guide you into it as we go into it. But it's the 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and then hold it out for 4 seconds before repeating it round. Just before we move into it, this is something that actually the special forces do in the military as well. Even these super trained, highly motivated, people that have just gone through this system, even they get anxious and stressed and their blood pressure rises. And this is the method that they use to bring that heart rate down, bring that nervous system down. So if there's any point, we just use it just to bring ourselves out of our norm into a much more relaxed state. But if there's any time that you're feeling like just stressed or anxious and that, just use these methods, whether it's the box breathing or any other type of breathing. It really does help just to calm the nervous system, bring the heart rate down, relax ourselves, and we can think a little bit straighter and help to approach whatever situation we need to with a much more clear mind. But let's go into it together here. First, we'll just breathe out normally, and then we'll start to breathe in 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. And just return your breathing to normal here. Keep the eyes closed. And whilst we're here, just in this moment, as we are at the end of today's session, just thank ourselves for being here, for doing these movements, breathing, mobility, stretching, whatever it is that we've done through today's session. Just thank yourself for being here and doing it to the best of your ability. You can either pat yourself on the back, give yourself a clap, or just an internal thank you for doing that. And when you're ready to, you can open up your eyes, bring yourself back to the room as we've done today's session. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you had a good time with that one.